Hey everybody, Chris with 911 Card Games. Back again for another game of Dune Imperium. So last time I started easy with the level 1 characters. This time I'm going up to level 2. I'm still going to keep it on the novice level because I want a casual night. So today I am going to be playing Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, going up against Duke Leto Atreides and Helena Richese from House Richese. So Baron Harkonnen, he's got a special ability. So he comes with four of these little flippable icons, and each one applies to one of these factions on the side. And so at the start of the game, you choose two of these in secret. Obviously, I'm just doing solo and recording this, so I can't do it in secret. I'm going to take, just to kind of keep it thematic, I'm going to take the Emperor and the Space Guild. What you do is you put them face down, and then when you deploy 4+ troops to a conflict in a turn, reveal your choices and gain one influence in each. So once I rush into a battle, I flip them over and I can gain that. And then my signet ability is I can spend one money to get an intrigue card. There you go. Everything else setup is the same. Let's see here real quick. Duke Leto Atreides, his signet ability is spend a spice to gain one influence in a faction where an opponent has more influence than you. And Helena Richese is remove and replace a card in the Imperium row. During your reveal turn this round, you may acquire the remove card for one less. So I'm not sure. Haven't seen any rules specifically on this, but I'm going to play it as when she comes in, she's going to remove one of the cards. I don't know. I think I'll do like the most expensive one and get it out of there. And then for Leto Atreides, if his signet ring comes up, if he's got a spice, I will say he's got to trigger it. So same as before, I'm going to go clockwise. So Atreides starts. All right, so he goes to the still suits. So he goes up one there. He has no troops to deploy into the combat. All right, my turn. Oh, I suppose I should probably draw my hand to 5. All right, I have got very little. So I'm going to play my signet ring. Where do I want to go? Oh, I forgot to turn over the conflict card first. Let's see what we're fighting for this round. So first player gets a victory point. Second place gets an intrigue card and 2 money. I'm going to go up to Carthag. I will get a troop, and I will deploy it into the conflict, and I will send one more in. And then I get an intrigue card, which is a conflict card, Master Tactician. I can either gain 3 swords, or I can retreat up to 3 of my troops. So if I'm getting blown out, then I can do that. Let's see here. And now I can choose to spend 1 money, and if I do, I get to draw an intrigue card. Do I want to do that? Where am I going with my last guy? Green. I'm gonna do that. No, you know, I'm gonna hold off this time because I'm not required to do that. It's just if I want to. I'm gonna hold off on that. All right. So Richie's turn. We're going to Hardy Warriors. So they get 2 troops that they immediately deploy into the conflict, and they go up. With the Fremen, Atreides, he goes to Conspire. So he goes up to the Emperor, goes up 1, and then gains 2 troops. But it is not a conflict site, so he cannot go into the combat. Ooh, that changes what I'm going to do, I think. I am now going to instead do reconnaissance to go to a purple spot. So I'm going to take Air Keen. So I get a troop that I will deploy in. And I get to draw a card, which is Diplomacy. I am not going to deploy any other troops in. Let's see if it comes back to bite me. Richese goes to Carthag, but I'm already there. Highliner. Ugh, yeah, that was a mistake. Oh well. All right, so Richese goes up 1 with the Spacing Guild, and they get 3 troops that they are going to all deploy in. All right, so they pass. I'm going to do my reveal step. So let's get troop combat in there. So right now I'm at 6. They are at 10. I am... You know what? Because I am not going to be able to win this. So I am actually going to play my Master Tactician. I'm going to retreat up to 3 of my troops. So I'm going to retreat 2 of them. So I still have a presence in there, but that way I still have troops for later. So now my reveal, I've got 5 points and a sword. So I go up to 3 combat, and I've got 5 points to spend on cards. I think I'm going to take the Imperial Spy for 2. And Space Travel. You know what? I'm going to take that one. And that is my 5 points. Right, and now we draw a sword card for them. They get 3, and so they're at 13. Okay, so that's kind of why I retreated, because I just wasn't going to come back. So, resolve the combat. House Richese wins, so they get a victory point. I get an intrigue card, which is urgent mission. I get to recall one of my agents, so basically I get an extra person. And then 2 money, taking me up to 3. Okay, now we do the Maker's Step. Oh, let's get rid of the troops first. And now we do the Maker's Step. So nobody got spice in this turn, surprisingly. And now we recall all our figures. Let us get a new conflict. Machinations. So first place gets to go up in influence in the faction of their choice. Second place gets a water and 2 money. And now first player comes to me. I'm going to draw my 5 cards. 2, 3, 4. And I deck out. So I get to draw 1 more. Last one is my signet ring again. All right. I got signet ring, seek allies, Dune the Desert Planet, dagger. So what I am going to do is I'm going to do one of my Dune the Desert Planets. You know what? I'm going to spend a water to go to Haga Basin. So I get 3 spice in total. And it is a combat zone, so I get to deploy up to 2 troops into combat, which I will do. Right, Richese, harvest spice, go to whoever's got the highest total of spice. So that is going to be 4. Right, House Atreides, they go to still suits. So they go up 1, so they get a victory point for that. They can deploy into combat, which they do. I am going to play Seek Allies. And I am going to choose to move my person up to Conspire. And that requires me to spend 4 spice, which I will do. And that gives me 2 troops, but this is not a combat zone, so I don't get to add them. Oh, and I do go up 1 here. And I get an intrigue card, which is the card you play this turn has the following icon. Nice. Okay, so that is me. Richie. Oh, get this out of here. Goes to wealth. Leto, he gets some spice himself. He gets 2 spice. All right, now my turn. You know what? I am going to, my turn, I'm going to do urgent mission. I get to recall one of my agents. I will recall, I'm going to recall this one. And so that was my, I don't think intrigue cards, let me check something real quick. I don't think intrigue cards count as a turn or as an action. That's a plot. You may play at any time during one of your agent or revealed turns. Okay. So then, yeah, I'll do that. It is not. I don't think it is my turn because I'm not placing an agent, so I still get to. So I pull them back and I get to place an agent. So let's use my signet ring to go. Let's go to Carthage. So I get a troop, and I will deploy him and 1 from my garrison. So now I have deployed 4 troops to a combat. So I'm just going to pop these right now. So I get to go up 1 influence in both the Emperor, which gives me a victory point, and the Spacing Guild. And now I get a choice of whether or not I want to spend 1 to... Oh, and I get an intrigue card. And that is a plot. If you have a seat on the High Council, I gain 2 spice. Okay. I could spend 1 to get another intrigue card, but I'm not going to because I'm trying to save up to get my Swordmaster. Oh, I just realized I grabbed the wrong guy off here. All right. So that is my turn. They're all done. Okay, so combat, I've got 8 strength in. Blue's got 4. I do my reveal. I've got 1 point to spend on cards and 1 sword. So I guess I will grab this Missionaria Protectiva. And then I get 1 dagger for that. Nobody, House Richese is not in it, so Atreides gets 1 sword. So I win the combat. So I get to go up in any faction I choose. Let's go for the Spacing Guild. So that puts me up another victory point. Atreides gets 1 water and 2 Solari. All right, combat is done. These troops are eliminated. Makers, we were all on spice, so nobody gets that. So we reset. Draw a new conflict. Cloak and Dagger. First victor gets 1 influence in whatever faction they want, and 2 intrigue cards. Second place gets 1 intrigue card and 1 spice. 4 and 5. Okay. All right. Richie starts us out with Hall of Oratory. Goes up here and gets a troop in their garrison. Atreides goes to fold space. So he goes up 1. My turn. I'm going to do diplomacy to go up to the Emperor, go up 1 and gain 2 money, which takes me up to 5. Because again, I'm really trying to get that 8 so I can get my swordsman out, or swordmaster. All right, Richese goes to conspire. So goes up 1, gets a victory point, and gets 2 troops that just have to go into the garrison. All right, Atreides, Arakeen. Okay. So he goes to Arakeen, so he gets a troop, which he gets to deploy into the combat, and he will. And is a signet ring, so he'll spend a spice to gain an influence with a faction where an opponent has more influence than you. So it can't be here, can't be here. Let's give you the Emperor, which gives him a victory point. All right, my turn. I think I will do... I'm going to do Carthag. So that gives me a troop, which I'll deploy, and I will deploy 1 other. And I get an intrigue card, which is a plot. Spend 4 spice to gain a victory point. Okay. All right. They're done. They're done. I'm going to do my reveal step. So let's get our troops in. 0 for Richese, 2 for Atreides, and 4 for me. I've got 3 points to buy with, and I get 2 swords, so I'm up to 6. Let's see where Atreides sits. Nothing, so I'm going to win, but let me get my card first. 3. I'm going to take the Bene Gesserit's sister. And let's replace it with the Dr. Yui. All right, so now got that taken care of. Take care of the conflict, resolve it. So I won, so I get to go up 1 in any faction. I'm going to go up with the Emperor. So now I get 2 troops, and I have an alliance with the Emperor, which gives me a victory point. And now I get 2 intrigue cards. Plot, reinforcement, spend 3 money to get 3 troops. If it's your reveal turn, you may deploy any of these troops to the conflict. Nice. And windfall is just gain 2 money. That'll be useful. All right, second place is Atreides. He gets a intrigue card and a spice. Get rid of the troops, set us back to 0. Now we put spice over here. Again, nobody collected any spice. Then we return our people. All right, so this is the last turn that they do not, that they're only going to have 2 agents. So I really need to get enough money to get my Swordmaster this turn. So 1, 2. Or else I'm going to be at a distinct disadvantage. All right, so secure Imperial Basin. Imperial Basin is this spot right here. The winner gets a victory point and gets to put their flag there. So once they control it, anytime anybody goes there, including themselves, they get 1 spice. That's nice. Signet ring, Dune the Desert Planet, and a dagger. All right, starting out with House Atreides. Harvest spice. So it goes to the spot where there's the most bonus spice. If there's a tie, go to the most total spice. So here we go. So he's getting 4. He has 2. So I'm going to just give him a 5. And once he's at 7 spice, he'll trade that in for a victory point. All right, my turn. First thing first, I'm going to play this Windfall to get 2 Solari. So that takes me up to 7. Next, I'm going to play Dune the Desert Planet with this plot card, Dispatch an Envoy. So the card you play this turn has the following icons, basically all of the factions over here, so I can go to any of those. So I'm going to choose to go to Wealth, which bumps me up 1 and gets me 2 money. Right, Richese goes to Selective Breeding. Atreides goes to harvest more spice. So he'll go here. So he's at 6. He gets 3 more. And then immediately, so he's at 9. And then immediately spends 7 of it to get a victory point. He does not have any troops in his garrison, so he can't deploy anything. All right, over to me. I'm going to spend a dagger to take up and go to the Swordmaster and spend 8 Solari to get my Swordmaster. And again, he immediately is in my pocket, so I can use him as an extra turn right now. All right, Richese goes to Arakeen. All right, so they get a troop, which they deploy into the combat and can put 2 more. Ooh. And then it is a signet ring, so it says remove and replace a card in Imperial row. I said we were going to just do the most expensive one, so that is Stilgar. We replace it with a crysknife. All right, well, shoot. I wanted to get into this fight. I was hoping to win the fight, because that's really good, but I don't think I'm going to have enough to get in there. All right, well, I guess I am going to do... Yeah, the only way... If I had 6 spice, I could come up here to Highliner and just do that. But all right, so let me think things through right now. So right now they're at a 6 and they're going to get a card. So the minimum they're going to be is at a 6. I can get a combat and I can match them. Unfortunately, I don't have enough money to bring in reinforcements. So the best I could do, because this is my... If I do my signet ring ability, I could go up to Carthag get one troop, deploy it, then take 2 more in. I get an intrigue card, and then with my signet ability, I could spend my last money to get another intrigue card to hope that I get something from a combat. Let's try it. Let's roll the dice. So we'll go to Carthag. I get a troop. I deploy 2 more. I'm going to get an intrigue card for going there. Oh, beautiful. It is ambush, so 4 sword icons. Now I am also going to spend my last money to get another intrigue card. Poison Snooper. Plot. Look at the top card of your deck, draw it, or trash it. Alright, so that is my turn. They were already done. So I am also at 6. Let's see here. Combat. I do want to take a look at one thing real quick what the combat is. Combat. There we go. Starting with the player who has the first player marker and continuing topwise, each player with at least 1 troop in the combat may play any number of combat intrigue cards or may pass. Okay, so the intrigue cards come first. And then you resolve the combat. Okay. All right, just checking that. So I am going to play ambush to give me 4 more. So it takes me up to 10. That's the only intrigue card I can play. They don't have any they can play. All right, so now he gets this. It is just a 2. So I am the victor, so I go up 1 victory point. Nope, that's the wrong color. And I control the Imperial Basin. All right, these troops are trashed. Set it back to 0. Now for the makers. So now Imperial Basin has 3 spice on it. And now we recall. Oh, I got to do a reveal. My reveal is 4 points. So I get 4 points. I think I will take... No, I'm going to take Dr. Yue. He's only 1. Let's draw. Oh, that's a fun one. Chom Directorship. It costs 8. And then you get an influence in everything when you buy it. Wow. And then when you play it, you can't do anything, but when you reveal it, it gives you 3 money. Dang, I don't know if I've seen that one before. That's nice. Not that I have the money for it. So I have 3 left. Space travel or Chris Knife. I am not really going to catch there. So, you know, I'm going to take space travel. I'm going to, much like the Harkonnens in the books and the movie, I am going to ignore the Fremen. Ooh, Worm Riders. That's a fun one, but I don't have... I just said I wasn't going to do Fremen influence, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so that's been taken care of. I already did the maker step, so that is done. So now we draw our new conflict. First player moves over to me. Now they... Oh, I got to recall agents as well. They also have 3 agents from now until the end of the game. So, all right, let me draw up. Spy, seek allies. Okay. All right, it's my turn. That's convenient that I'm going first because I am going to go to the Imperial Basin. Because I control it, I get a spice for that. Then I get 3 additional spice. And, yeah. So this is Desert Power. The winner gets a victory point and a water. I will deploy 1 troop into the combat, sure. All right, Richese goes to Carthage. So they get a troop, they deploy into combat, and they deploy their other one in. Atreides goes to harvest spice at wherever there's the most bonus spice. There are none, so we have to redraw. He goes, talks to the Bene Gesserits. My turn. I guess what I will do, yeah, I'll do seek allies. So I am going to go, let's go to fold space. So that gets me a fold space card. And that allows me to go to any place on the table, but I do have to trash it, but it does draw me a card. And seek, so I go up one here, and then seek allies, I have to trash the card as well. All right, Richese goes to the Hall of Oratory, gets a troop, but can't deploy it. Atreides goes to Arrakeen. So he gets a troop, deploys it immediately, and he gets a signet ability. So he spends a spice to go up one. So I'll have him. I'm gonna choose the one that's most favorable to me. I'm going to go up in the Emperor's. Grim Rule says I should have done it in the Space Guild so he could get a victory point and he'd be closer to me. But I'm Baron Harkonnen. I don't play I play in my favorite. Okay. Well, that pretty much. Let me see here. Let me look at my intrigue cards. I'm going to play Poison Snooper, so I get to look at the top card of my deck and either draw it or trash it. That is a Bene Gesserit sister, and I am going to draw it. So, you know what? We are... Oh, tough choices here. All right, so that one takes me purple, but I can't go anywhere with purple. This one takes me to the Emperor. Sure, you want to know what? Let's do the Imperial Spy. So I'll go to Wealth and get 2 money. Yeah, I think that's my plan. Yeah, we'll get 2 money. And that takes me all the way to the top. So I'm at my maximum. This has a choice. So normally this is, you have to do what it says. But if it's got the white arrow, it's a cost, so you get a choice. I can trash this card to gain an intrigue card, which I'm going to do because I don't need to go there any longer. And Cholm shares. Spend 7 Solari to gain a victory point. So I've got 2 things that just let me buy a victory point outright. Interesting. All right. Richese goes to rally the troops. So it gets 4 troops, but cannot deploy them. All right, we're out of cards. We'll have to shuffle up. I don't think I'm going to win this one, unfortunately, but that's okay. All right, Atreides, harvest spice, but there's no place to go, so harvest spice, no place to go. Highliner, oof, don't like that. They get 3 troops that they can deploy right into the conflict, which they will. And they go up 1 influence, which gives them a victory point. All right, I guess I'm going to do my reveal step because there's nothing for me to do. Let me get combat in play here. So I'm at 2, they're at 4. Okay, so there really is no point for me to... one of my cards is either 2 points to spend on cards or 2 swords. There's no reason to, because if I tie him, we both get nothing for victory. So I'm just gonna go. I've got 5 points to spend. I just need 3 more, and I could have gotten the directorship, but that's okay. I'm gonna take the voice. And another Worm Rider. And so I still have 3 points left to spend. I think I will do Shifting Alliances. We get a gene manipulation. All right, that is my turn. Okay, let's see what Richese gets for added swords. 4. So they are tied with, come on, 0. Dang it. Just 1 for Atreides. Because if they had tied, neither of them would have gotten first place. They both would have gotten second place. Oh, well. So, Atreides gets a victory point and a water. So he is now at 3 water, which he will immediately spend for a victory point. Oof. Richese gets a water and a spice. So they are up to 5 spice. All right. Trash all these. Go back to 0. The makers out there. And recall the troops. Or recall the agents. First player shifts. And now our new conflict is raid the stockpiles. First place gets an intrigue card and 3 spice. Second place gets 2 spice. Let me draw my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3. So I get 2 more. All right, now can I stockpile enough? I'm at 4 spice, so I could just buy a victory point. If I can get 5 more cash, I can then just buy 2 victory points. Alright, so let me get Dune to Planet and Space Travel. Okay, so Richese first goes to rally the troops. They are massing forces over there. 1, 2, 3. But can't deploy anybody. Right, Atreides goes to conspire. So they go up and influence there. And they gain 2 troops, but it's not a combat zone, so they do not get to deploy them. My turn. You know, I'm going to do space travel. So I get to move to fold space, which nets me a fold space card. It also draws me a card, which is convincing argument. And I go up 1 with the Spacer Guild, which gives me a victory point and 3 money. So I'm now at 5 money. Alright, that is my turn. Richese. Hall of Oratory. They gain a troop that sits in their garrison. That is an impressive looking garrison. Atreides goes to Secrets. So he goes up 1, and so he gains a victory point for that. My turn. So 2, 4, 5. Still don't have enough for to get that. Okay. So I think I'm going to do Dune the Desert Planet. The only place I can go, because I don't have any water, so I can't go to these locations, is I will go to the Imperial Basin. I get 1 spice because I control it, and 1 additional spice. So that takes me to 6 spice. And because it's a combat zone, I can deploy a troop if I want to. Sure, why not? Yeah, why not? Okay, so Richie's final turn for them. Harvest Spice. Comes over here and gains 4 spice. Had 5. So they're at 9. They will immediately spend 7 of it to go up a victory point. 2 remaining. And it is a combat zone, so they deploy 2 troops to the combat. Atreides goes to Carthage. They get a troop and deploy what they can in. Guess I shouldn't have deployed my troop there. All right. All right, you know what, we're going to try it. I am going to spend my dagger. I'm going to spend all of my money to get a seat on the High Council. So now, at the reveal step, I get 2 points every turn. And then I'll do that during the reveal step. So, all right, so now they're done. Mine would be the reveal. I am going to play this conspiracy card or intrigue card. I have a seat on the High Council, so I get 2 spice. One, 2. So now I reveal. I've got a combat, and then combat. I don't have any combat icons to kick in, so I've got 2, 4, 6. So I've got 6. So close. Let me look at this gene manipulation here real quick. I gotta see its special ability. Trash a card, and if you have another Bene Gesserit card in play, gain 2 spice. That's got potential. The Worm Riders is interesting because it just gives me 2 spice when I'm there, but it really shines if you've got Fremen influence. Because if you have 2 influence with them, you get 4 swords if you hold on to it. So I think I am going to take this gene manipulation for 3. Ooh, Gurney Halleck. That would be nice, because when you play him, you get 2 troops and draw a card. Ooh. That'd be real nice. Unfortunately, he came out after I spent, so I guess I'm going to do a Chris Knife. I suppose those all went in my discard, but it's fine. All right, so that's mine. So let's draw some battles. So Richese gets 1, so Atreides is going to win this. He gets 4 anyway. So he gets an intrigue card. That puts him at 2. Once he gets 3, he can trade it in for a victory point. And 3 spice. So that takes him to 4 spice. Richese gets 2 spice. All right, so let's take care of this. My once great army has been decimated. Maker phase, come here. Let's pass first player over and draw our new... Oh, let me recall everybody. Our new conflict is the battle for Carthage. So whoever wins this, oh man, they get 2 victory points and gets to put their flag there. Oh man, this is going to be tough. All right, let me draw my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have any chance of of getting troops? Maybe. Okay, so I did all that, so we've got that. So now we start with House Atreides. They go to selective breeding. They go up 1 there. All right, we're going to do it. We are going to go to fold space. We're going to spend fold space to go to highliner. So I need to spend 6 spice, taking me down to just 2. But I get 5 troops, and it's a combat zone, so I can deploy as many of them as I want into the combat. I'm going to put 4 in the combat and 1 in my garrison. And I get 2 water. And I get to draw a card into Dune the Desert Planet, and then I have to trash this card, so he just comes back here. Oh, and I go up influence there. Okay, Richese. Hardy Warriors. Comes over here, gets to go up a spot, gets a victory point for that. Gets 2 troops that go into combat and deploy 2 more. I'm going to play Dune the Desert Planet to go to the Haga Basin, and that cost me a water to do that. So I get 4 spice in total. So I was at 2, so I'll be at 6. Back to 6. And I can deploy a troop into combat, which I will. Richese. Carthage. Shoot. They get a troop, which they deploy immediately, and then take 2 more in. Atreides. Hall of Oratory. So they go up here and gain a troop in their garrison. I don't have enough money. Okay. I think it's going to be better. Yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play my signet ring. I'm going to come up here to sell melange. I am going to sell 2. So that takes me down to 4 to get 6 money. Actually, I'll sell 3 to get 8 money. 8 Solari. And then my signet ring, if I want to spend one, I can get an intrigue card. Sure. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll spend 1 and get an intrigue card. Oh, private army. I can spend 2 spice to get 5 extra there. All right, Richese's turn. Spice, go to the spot where there's the most bonus, but there isn't any. So we redraw into Arakeen. Well, shoot. So she gets a troop deployed in, and then she deploys 2 from her garrison. So right now she is at 10 troops, and I'm only at 5. And now Signet Ring, so we trash the most expensive card, so I will not be able to get the dictatorship. Now I'm trying to think. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, no, I did count the 2 from that. Okay. So opulence. You play it, you get 3 money. All right. How does Atreides have a move left? I must have screwed something up before, so oh well. Atreides would go to Arakeen, but not there. Carthag, not there. Harvest Spice, not there. Wealth. Not sure how I did that. I skipped over him. Okay. So now the reveal. So let me see here. So I have reinforcements. I can spend 3 money to put 3 troops in and right into the combat. So that would put me at 8 versus 10. I can then spend 2 to get up to 13. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so I'm going to spend 3, taking me down to 4 to get 3 troops. And because it's during my reveal phase, I get to deploy them right to the conflict. And then I'm going to reveal these 2 cards. So I've got a 1 and a 2 plus 2 more from up there. So I get a total of 5. Unfortunately, not enough for much of anything. So I guess I'll take this Missionaria Protectiva and a Gunthopter. So I will take that. All right. They don't have any reveal stuff. So now let's start with combat. They have nothing. I have 16 involved. They have 20 involved. All right, so now start of combat. Play any intrigue cards. I'm going to spend 2 spice to get 5 knives, 5 extra bonus, and then my dagger gives me 1 more, so I'm at 22. And they draw a card, just 1. Whoop whoop, yes, it paid off. So I win the battle for Carthag. So I get to put my flag at Carthag. I get 2 victory points. Richese gets an intrigue card and 3 spice, which they immediately spend because that will put them at 7 for a victory point. All right, now we trash all these folks. That was a big battle. We get 1 spice at the Great Flat and 1 spice at the Imperial Basin. Now we recall. And now first player moves over to me, and we get our next conflict, which is Battle for Arakeen. The winner gets 2 victory points and puts their flag there. Okay, let me draw my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these are in the discard. All right, what can I do here? I don't have... All right, so I would need to get 3 money. So just looking at victory points, because we're right basically in the end game. If I get 3 more money, I can buy a victory point. If I get 3 spice, I can buy a victory point. So I think what I need to do. Okay, I am going to play the voice, Bene Gesserit. So I'm going to move to the Imperial Basin. I get 1 because I control it. And then I get 1 for it and there's 1 extra. So I'm up to 4 spice. So I've got what I need to play that plot card. Now, I get to choose any board space opponents cannot send their next agent there this round. So where do I care most about? I'm going to say they can't go to Carthage this round. All right, so now we're at Richese. Selective breeding. That's fine. They go up a victory point. Atreides goes to still suits. Goes up 1. They deploy 1 troop into the combat. All right. I'm going to spend Dr. Yue to go to Carthage, and since I own it, I get a money. And then I get a troop, which I am then going to deploy right into this, and an intrigue card. Recruitment mission, gain 1 money during your reveal this turn this round. You may put cards you acquire on the top of your deck. Now that's likely not going to make any difference to me. And then UA allows me to draw a card. So I gotta shuffle my deck. Man, I hope I top deck that Gunthopter, because that's going to be useful in a combat. Nope. Alright, I'm not sure I'm going to have enough to make this happen, but we'll see what happens. House Richese goes to rally the troops. Four, can't deploy them. All right, shuffle these up and see where Atreides goes. Alright, Atreides goes to harvest spice. So he goes here, which gives him 4. He's already got 4, so he trades in. So that would put him at 8. He trades in 7 of that to get a victory point. Oof. Okay, my turn. Don't have great options here. So I've got 3 cards that allow me to move right now. Space travel, which I can only go to fold space. I don't have enough spice to do highliner, which I wish I did. Dune Desert Planet, I can go to Haga Basin and get a couple of spice, but that doesn't really do me any good. Or I can go to, I can go either raise myself up with a Bene Gesserit, which isn't going to get me a victory point, or go to green, which doesn't do me a lot. All right. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Dune the Desert Planet. I'm going to come up here to secure contract to get 3 money. So that takes me up to 8 money. Alright, Richese goes to Hall of Oratory, gets another troop. Man, they're really good at building up troops. Atreides goes to Fold Space. So he goes up 1 there. Alright, my turn. I am going to... I'm going to play both of these plot cards. So I am going to spend 4 spice to gain a victory point. And I'm going to spend 7 Solari to gain a victory point. Of course, it's not going to do me any good if he beats me this turn. Alright, so I'm going to do the reveal phase. So, oh, I never flipped that card over. I am going to also spend this intrigue card during my reveal step. Gain 1 point during your reveal turn this round, and I can put any cards I acquire this turn on the top of my deck. So that is 2, 4, 6, 7. So I've got 7 points. I'm going to take Gurney. And I get to put him on the top of my deck. And that's all I can afford. All right, and now let's... we are 2 and 2. I've got 2 swords that I'm going to use here, so I am at 4 and 2. They are not in the conflict, so let's see what Atreides gets. 1. Ka-chow. So I win, so I get 2 victory points. 1, 2. Get to put my flag at Arakeen. He gets 2 spice. 3 money, so that takes him up to 3 spice. 2 Solari, which takes him up to 5. Then we eliminate the troops. Close it out. All right, now we look, and I am over the 10-point threshold. So Baron Vladimir Harkonnen of House Harkonnen has won and defeated, crushed Duke Atreides under his boot, and left House Richese in the dust. So there you have it. So again, Dune Imperium is a really fun game. I gotta get the expansion, The Rise of Ix, and they've now got the new Uprising game version out. I really need to get those and try them out because I really love the base game. Again, the problem being that I play it solo most of the time. I would love to have an opportunity to play it with other players more, but it is what it is when you get to be an adult. We all know that problem. So thank you if you made it this far. I appreciate you watching. Probably going to put Dune back on the table for a while. I think I might jump back into Earthborn Rangers, do a few more days of that, because as of the day I'm recording this, the new crowdfund campaign for Earthborn Rangers for a second printing and a Ranger card expansion and some other cool stuff came out today, so I'm really in an Earthborn Ranger mood. So I think I'm going to get that back on the table. So, but as always, thank you for watching. If you like this, hit the like button. You want to see more games, primarily Marvel Champions with a little bit of Earthborn Rangers sprinkled in, maybe some Dune Imperium, some Kinfire Chronicles, or Arkham, or something else. Who knows? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If there's anything you want to see or anything, just leave a comment and let me know. Otherwise, have a great night, everybody.